How's she going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's Workshop. I'm some impressed that you dropped in again today, so thanks very much for that. Today's project is about, let me see, three weeks ago, Hurricane Dorian blew through. Oh man, what a terrible storm that was. It caused nothing but death and destruction all down the south and all up through the, oh, it was terrible. We were some blessed here though, where it came in like late afternoon and it was gone by midnight, and we had minimal damage, but I pray for all the people that are still suffering and trying to recover from Hurricane Dorian. Don't want to get another one of those ones. But anyways, in preparation for Hurricane Dorian, what we did was we took the tarps off this temporary shelter behind the barn where I store my utensils. And what I'm doing now, or starting now, is putting those tarps back on. So I've got the back wall on and I've got one end wall on, and the other end wall I'm just starting to set up to put on, and that used to be the door. And this tarp is quite old. I don't know how old it is, but it's old, and it's got a lot of wear and tear, especially on the door, a lot of rips and tears in it. So the project today is I'm patching up the door, the holes in the door of this old tarp. And I've tried lots of different things in the past to patch holes in temporary shelters and tarps. Never had any success. I had a little tube of that stuff, that specialty stuff for gluing tarps back together. I forget the name of it. Well, in fact, the name was so long, triannual cyclimate or something like that. It was so long it wouldn't fit on the tube. But anyway, that's another story. It didn't work. So I tried lots of different things. But I want to show you today what I'm going to try and use to patch the tarp. And I'll keep you updated on this, whether or not this works. So let's go have a look and see how I was going to patch, or not how I was, how I am going to patch my tarp. So we're back here behind the barn, putting our temporary shelter back together after sort of semi-dismantling it for Hurricane Dorian. So I got the gable end up, I got the wall up, and I got this end wall. But originally this shelter, of course, had a door right here. So what I'm doing now is I'm repairing, repairing the door and getting ready to put that back up. So let's go in the shop and see how I repair it. So holes in tarps, they're quite a problem. I've done a lot of checking and research and trying to find out good ways to patch them, and I haven't discovered any. One time I said I'm going to do this right, so I went and bought some of this tape. Now I forget the name of it, the manufacturer of it, but supposedly it was tape specifically made for repairing tarps. You peel it off, stick it on, and then heat it up, and it sort of adheres to everything. And it looked really nice when you first put it on, but you know, it's not good in the heat and it's not good in the cold. It yellows and it dries up and shrinks up, and well, it didn't work. And I've tried other things. I've tried, you know, the famous brand name tapes. You know, the one that sounds like duck. Anyway, that didn't seem to work much either. So what I'm stuck, I've defaulted now to tuck tape. Good old tuck tape. Looks kind of conspicuous. But I'm going to try that and see what happens. So I've started to put some patches on this sheet already. So what I'm doing is I just have the door piled up here on the bench, and I'm looking for what I would consider to be significant holes, because I'm not going to patch much on this because the thing is, gee, it must be getting on 6 years old or more, and I just don't want to bother. So there's some little tiny holes here and there, but only the significant holes is what I'm going to tape and patch up. So let's see if we can find a new one. Here's one down here. Now you can see that hole, it's kind of puckered down below it, and then it's shredded. And I had this part here was secured to a stationary base, and then the wind blowing and whipping the wall around managed to shred that piece apart. So I'm going to try and put some tuck tape on that. Alright, so there's the hole. You should probably clean the tarp really good, but I'm just going to try and pull it together as best I can. And what my plan is, I'm going to put tape on this side, and then when I finish doing this side, I'm going to flip it over and put tape on the back sides of all these patches. I need a piece about this long. Put it right there. Then I have this little roller. I had this roller for a long time. Kind of roll it on. Just again. Here's an interesting one right here, quite a big hole, but we're going to try and patch it. This isn't going to be pretty, folks, but hopefully it's going to hold up. Here's a particularly bad hole here, ripped right along the zipper. Now, this probably won't last long, but I'm going to try it. And then one right there. If anybody watching has any ideas about good ways to patch tarps, how about leaving them in the comments, because I know I'd love to get them, but I'm sure anybody else who's watching and reading the comments would love to get them too. So load her up with comments. Okay, so that finishes up that side. Now I'm just going to flip it over. The big thing I find about working on tarps is trying to manage their size, because you never have a tarp that's 24 by 36. There's a patch right there. But the tarp she's pretty rotten. It probably won't last the winter, but a little bit of tape, it's worth a try, I think. This tuck tape is awesome stuff. So I'm a great believer in the tuck tape. I'm going to have to flip this over and do the other side of this one, because I didn't get it on the front side. So I'll try to carefully flip this over, keep it flat. The only thing I find about the tuck tape is, to break it, you need a knife probably to cut it open. But what I do, I just bite on the corner of it and break it with my teeth. You're probably not supposed to do that. It's probably a carcinogen or some crazy thing like that, but it works for me to just bite on it and break it open like that. At the end of the day, though, I end up with a bunch of red teeth, little bits of tuck tape on them. Speaking about things that are awesome, you know, for all the trouble that tarps and these tarp shelters cause us, they're pretty awesome things too. I mean, for $300 or $400 you can buy yourself a shelter that will last you if you watch it, take care of it, and clean it in the wintertime and whatnot. It'll probably last you, well, you'd hope to get 3 years, maybe even 4 if you're really good at it. And this tuck tape's not expensive. Still, I think under $10 a roll for most places. Alright, I think think that's got the majority of them. Okay. Then we will hang her up. Alright, so we got the end all patched up and put back on. It looks like bullet holes. Need to put some tie wraps right down along this post to hold that tight against that post. But other than that, I think we're good. Now just need to put the roof on. So we patched the tarp as best we could. Not sure how that's going to hold up. You saw it out there. She looked like bullet holes, or at least targets to aim at with your pellet gun or something. But anyway, that's it. Patched up the tarp. Quick little video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please click like. Please click subscribe. If you have any ideas on a better way to patch a tarp, please leave it in a comment. And even if you don't have any better ideas, please leave a comment. And I hope you're all having a great week, and we'll talk to you.